Fate sometimes had terrible timing. In her 29 years, Selah Moreno had found this to be true more times than not. How unfair it all was when Robert, her stepdad, used to tell her about how he'd dreamed of nothing more than becoming a commercial airline pilot, only to work his family's farm for most of his life instead. Sure, he could have run off, joined the Air Force, found any way to make it happen, but that wasn't the kind of man he was. A military way of life just wasn't for me. And besides, then I met you and your mom, he told her one time. A younger Selah decided then and there that a military life wasn't for her either. It wasn't until she was older that she realized Robert meeting her and her mom was one of those fated roadblocks keeping him from his dream, even if he'd never stated this directly. This roadblock was followed by more, first with the death of his father, which was soon followed by the death of his mother, resulting in Robert inheriting the Central Oregon alfalfa farm. Despite having two of his own biological daughters with Selah's mother after marriage, he'd always made special time for her. Perhaps because, like her, he was also adopted and raised by a father who wasn't his biological one. They'd often take short car rides to the next town over to watch planes land and take off at the small Redmond airport. Sitting on the car hood while drinking blue raspberry slushies from 7-Eleven, he'd wrap a big arm around her small, bony shoulders and blow her young mind with things he'd learned about the weather or flying. Such as when the sun warms the Earth's surface, it can create strong, unpredictable winds, so the best time to fly is early morning, at sunrise. This is what he considered to be the best, most peaceful time of the day, the golden hour. He was a collector of weather gadgets, put together model planes, was obsessed with shows like Star Trek, and would tell her about his plans to take aviation lessons. And because Selah loved the man so much, she'd come to love any topic he was interested in. As a kid, she realized there were people who should have loved her but didn't. Her biological father, for example. Then there were people like Robert, who came into her and her mom's life when she was 5 years old and didn't have to love her, but he did anyway. Selah was lucky because she'd been chosen when he didn't have to pick. And while they didn't share genes or physical similarities, she had a tanner complexion due to her Mexican-American heritage for one, she'd always felt included.